I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of his friend. He referred to the dates on her tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of her birth and spoke of the second with tears. But he said that what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For the dash represents all the time that she spent alive on earth, and now only those who loved her know what the little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love when we're living out the dash. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remember that this specific dash might only last a while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, will you be pleased with what you've done about how you spent your dash? All these rooms are filled with memories of people who were here at one time, served their country. It's filled with personal stories, over 300. It just makes you feel like I'm at home.
Here I'm able to give back, and it's been very enjoyable thus far. We bring in high school students and we have them interview veterans. Those stories are then recorded, they're videoed, they're sent to the Library of Congress in a program called the Veterans History Project.
I mean, all the stories of the men and women here are heartfelt, funny, poignant. Everybody that volunteers here wants to share that.
We hope this will serve as a reminder of the sacrifices that all military service members have given in the service of their country.
Matt was always interested in the military, but it was so important to him that he served that I knew if I said no, I would lose him in this life, or I could lose him in the next. So I just had to trust that it was what was meant to be. I prayed and I prayed that he would come home safely. The next day they told me that he was killed, and I realized he did come home safely. It just wasn't to his earthly home. A friend of Matt's contacted me recently, and he shared some stories from high school. It was so tangible to me that those memories allowed me to touch my son. It was so real. And that's what I feel like this museum is about. It'll affect people in different ways, but we still get to touch a memory.
The fact is that everybody who served has sacrificed something. Some of these individuals who served, they feel like nobody really knows what life was like. And all of a sudden, a young person is now asking them questions. They're much more willing to give out that information. And there's a real bond that occurs.
It's just so rewarding. And it's wonderful that we've grown to the point that we are going to be Mid-America Veterans Museum. So many people have things to share, memories to share like I do. And that will have a place where that can be respectfully done. I mean, I love our veterans. It just gives me a sense of accomplishment, and it's like honoring Matthew and my family all the time. He won't be forgotten. Also, he's my only child, so there's no one to pass the stories on to.